Welcome, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone here along with Stu Mayhem, and this is NWA Championship Wrestling. All right, wrestling fans, we are back here live from our studios in downtown Atlanta. It is time for the NWA World Championship Wrestling program. And tonight we're going to see some huge names here in the business. We're going to be looking at the Nature Boy. Ric Flair is here, the leader of the Four Horsemen. We know he's got something on his mind. We're not sure what it is. But we are also going to see Rick Martel, the latest addition to the Four Horsemen in his wrestling debut here in the NWA. I'll tell you, there's been a lot of talk about Rick Martel, and we're going to have to see how he behaves as a member now officially of the Four Horsemen. And here we get a look at the NWA Tag Team, six-man Tag Team Champions, the fabulous Freebirds, Bam Bam, Jerry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, and Michael Piazza's as they make their way to the ring. Well, it's been well documented that they didn't really win the titles. They just claimed them. It was a count-out victory over the Four Horsemen, but they took the titles and they ran with it. That was a part of Wrestling Star Wars in Texas, and now the claim is that since the WCCW is currently in hiatus, they might as well be the champions, and they take the six-man tag team titles around the world wherever they want against any six men, and tonight they are here to go head-to-head with, well, not necessarily the toughest competition you could have put together for them, but still making an appearance here in the NWA's World Championship Wrestling program. All right, the bell is about to ring, and we are about to see these guys in action here for the first time, officially in the NWA. Michael Piazza is going to work on Randy Mulkey, raking the eyes. Oh, you see him just manhandling Randy Mulkey, throwing him around like he's a rented mule. He just no respect whatsoever from the likes here of the fabulous Freebirds, and Michael Piazza, of course, the leader of the group. Here's the Irish whip, and now double team back elbow. These fabulous Freebirds doing a number on poor Randy Mulkey. I don't know that he's getting just a little bit more than I think he probably bargained for. Bam Bam Terry Gordy ramming elbows into the small of the back, and Mulkey so far handling it. Look at him coming out the back door. Now Randy Mulkey, he caught him with a neck breaker. Well, Randy Mulkey doing the right thing, and that is getting the heck out of Dodge, because he was about to pay for that one. Well, his brother Bill Mulkey instead comes in and he takes the heat. And now Bam Bam Terry Gordy going to work on Bill Mulkey. Tremendous headbutt right there by Terry Bam Bam Gordy. And again, the Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes. Mulkey comes up with a big elbow right to the face, and down he goes. Bam Bam Terry Gordy, wait a minute, Mulkey tried to push him off, and now Michael Hayes has him. The double team going on here, and this is what the Freebirds do the best. Well, you got into the wrong part of town right there, and that's what happens is you pay the price. Terry Gordy, near 300 pounds, just came flying down. There's the tag made to Buddy Roberts. Buddy Roberts is the silence behind the violence, you may say, in this group. He doesn't get the same press as his two tag team partners do. Look at that, and here's an opportunity now for Bill Mulkey. Well, Bill Mulkey managing to come up with a fast press and taking Buddy Roberts down with it. Now the question is, what's he going to do? And I would hope tag out. There it is. The Shadow now in the ring. Bam Bam Terry Gordy dropping the Shadow right off the bat. Sets him up in the air. He's got him, and here comes a big suplex. Plants him in. The Shadow wondering what he walked into. Well, it didn't take very long. But the fabulous Freebirds showing right now, everyone here in Atlanta, exactly what the talk is all about. These men from Bad Street, USA. They talk the talk, but then they walk the walk, and it's not bragging if you backed it up. That's what Michael Hayes will tell you. And now look at this, Mulkey trying to get involved here, and we'll see if that plays out. Well, I think what Mulkey did instead is probably got the ire up for the second time of the fabulous Freebirds, and now the question is, will the Shadow be paying the price as Michael Hayes delivers that huge fist drop right to the forehead. Michael Hayes again with a big elbow. Well, the Freebirds have really manhandled this team here tonight. Not that anyone, I think, would be surprised. Based on what we see on paper, that was the way it should have gone. There's a diving tag, and now Bill Mulkey's going to come in. Already caught Buddy Roberts. He caught him again. Well, suddenly Bill Mulkey finding something inside of him that we never saw before, and he's just put on a show here at the expense of Buddy Roberts of the fabulous Freebirds. What a win this would be. Can you imagine it? Michael P.S. Hayes, though, getting involved from outside the ring. That's the second time in this one. Michael P.S. Hayes, he will do whatever it takes to do to win a match, and that's all there is to it. And the fabulous Freebirds do not go down quietly. Mulkey continues the assault, and now the question is, how much longer? And again, down goes Buddy Roberts. I've got to tell you, I'm amazed to see what's happening here in this one. Buddy Jack Roberts is in trouble, and now, look at this. Randy Mulkey rammed him into the steel post. Fans, we have seen all kinds of stuff going on in this one. Michael P.S. Hayes again into the ring. Oh, I think Michael P.S. Hayes has had enough. Michael Hayes has got him. Delivers the Bulldog, and now look at this. Buddy Jack Roberts over for the cover, and it's over just like that. Well, that's the tag team, and that puts the team in tag team right there. Michael P.S. Hayes actually hits the finishing move, and then Buddy Jack Roberts just goes over and covers him. We take a look back at some of the highlights in this one. Back and forth it went, but look at this. There's the Bulldog, and then all Buddy Jack has to do is cover him. It was perfect. I don't know if that was the way they planned it, but it worked out, and there are the winners, the NWA six-man tag team champions until someone takes it from them, the fabulous Freebirds. They have staked a claim here in the NWA. We'll be back with plenty more action right here on World Championship Wrestling. Stay with us, fans. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and joined by the NWA World Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who does not look very happy right now. Well, he doesn't often look very happy, but right now he definitely looks perturbed, and we're going to find out why, I'm sure.
How dare you? Michael P.S. Hayes, you think you're going to walk into my backyard? This is the home of the Horsemen. Now, I know you Freebirds seem to think you own Georgia just because you're a big name on the block. Well, let me tell you something right now. You want to step into my house, you're going to go up against the 4 Horsemen. And I'm going to tell you this, those tag team titles around your waist belong to us. And you're going to come home to the Horsemen, mark my words. On April 8th at the Clash of the Champions, as a part of the live stream of 8 hours of Invasion Nation, the 4 Horsemen are going up against the Freebirds in a rematch. Only this time, there ain't going to be any countouts. There won't be any disqualifications because we're going to fight it your way. Freebird rules. So you bring your bad street ass down to my part of town and you will find out why I specialize in big guys. Woo!
Nature Boy Ric Flair. Big announcement, ladies and gentlemen, as part of the April 8th broadcast. All right, fans, we are back here, and we are ready for the debut of Rick Martel as a member of the Horsemen here in the NWA.
Well, his opponent already in the ring, Jake the Milkman Milliman, and I don't like his odds at all. Well, get a look at Rick Martel over here.
Well, he's definitely taken to the mold of the Horsemen as he is decked out in his best.
Escorted to the ring by James J. Dillon, the man who made the phone call. Asked Rick Martel if he was happy where he was, if he wanted to step it up to the next level, and there was a job opening for the right man. We know what he did. He came out, met with the Horsemen, and then, whether it was, as he says, unprovoked and move that he did on his own or not, attacked the total package from behind, really doing damage to the knee. We are still getting updates on the condition of the total package Lex Luger.
Well, what we know is that Lex Luger is still injured. He is still on the sideline, and he will be back, though, on April 8th at the Clash of the Champions, and he'll be going up against Rick Martel.
Well, Rick Martel better enjoy the moment, because I think when the total package Lex Luger comes back, and that will be his first time back on network television, that Rick Martel may be in for a little bit of a surprise.
Well, I can tell you this, I wouldn't want to be Rick Martel on April 8th, because I think the total package Lex Luger is going to be in a different kind of mood than anything we have seen before. Fans, Clash of the Champions is just one of many special events that will be going on during that 8-hour live stream we want you to be part of. We have a very special video production to show you right after this match before our main event. Martel slips out the back door, and the Milkman goes down in a heap in the middle of the ring.
Oh, Rick Martel really having his way here in his debut. And, of course, James J. Dillon happy as a pig in mud outside the ring right now.
And now Rick Martel follows him into the corner with a big clothesline, and down goes Jake Milliman. Martel continues the beating.
Well, the Milkman is in trouble right now, and he may have to find another way of making money here soon. Martel goes for the splash. Nobody was home.
Tremendous move right there by Milliman, just being out of the way. May have made the difference in this one. He comes up with a neck breaker, and now Martel seems a little bit rattled. Now, if he's going to get rattled with a guy like Jake Milliman, what's going to happen on April 8th when he gets in the ring with a guy like the total package Lex Luger?
Well, I can tell you right now, he's going to be rattled by Luger, because Luger is going to absolutely be besides himself.
Martel blocks that and now counters with his own. He missed. Milliman again finding a way to duck it out.
Well, his best defense has been avoidance, and right now it's working like a charm. Jake Milliman getting the advantage on Rick Martel.
He plants a place for, wait a minute, Martel. Martel reversed it.
Well, I gotta tell you though, I am still amazed. Look at this. Jake the Milkman Milliman is having a career day here in the NWA.
Well, these two men not total strangers to one another, both wrestling in the AWA for a period of time. Jake Milliman is a man who is well traveled. He goes through many different areas. But right now he is dominating the newest member of the Four Horsemen. And now here comes Rick Martel, and I think he's had enough.
Oh, Martel really doing a number on him now.
He suplexed him here on the concrete floor. Count reaching 7, and Martel back outside the ring. He does not want it to end like that.
Oh, he may not want it to, but it may have to.
Look at this. He falls out the back, and again, Milliman. Martel just driving him into the steps. James J. Dillon watching on from ringside as Rick Martel now getting his second win, and not too soon by any means because things were not going his way. Oh, now he's in a really bad place because here comes J.J. Dillon to get a closer look at the latest addition to the Horsemen. For a moment there, he's probably wondering if he made the right choice. Into that steel post, he rams him head first. Now James J. Dillon helping him back into the ring. Well, with help like that, you know, you can go to Dr. Kevorkian. Martel goes for the, wow, he missed. Rick Martel missed. That's a second misjudgment he's had in this match. Whoa, look at this now. Jake Milliman hammering down on Rick Martel. I see a look of concern on the face of James J. Dillon. Milliman sending him all the way down to the concrete floor. Fans, I'll tell you right now, this will be huge if Rick Martel loses this match. Fireman carry now by Rick Martel. Series of moves that he takes Milliman down. Martel outside the ring, he's got him. Once again, the gut wrench suplex on the concrete floor, and Jake Milliman going down. Oh, but it's Milliman throwing Martel back into the ring. Textbook suplex, and down goes Martel. Look at this, he's going for the cover. Oh, he only gets one, but let's give credit where credit is due. Did you think there was ever going to be an opportunity for Jake Milliman to be going for a cover on the model of Rick Martel? Reversal by Rick Martel. And now Milliman is sent over the ropes and all the way to the floor. Rick Martel with a senton splash off the apron. He's got him in position now. Let's see. Again, he misses. This is unbelievable. And now Martel out the back door. Plants him. Martel continues to go for that slingshot splash. Finally hits it. If at first you don't succeed. Small package rolls him up in the middle of the ring. And Milliman kicks out. Unbelievable. Jake the Milkman Milliman finding a way to survive. Martel with that gut wrench suplex once again. And now what's he gonna do here? Martel's got him. He's gotta turn him over. Boston Crab is on. Oh, I don't like this at all. Milliman, I think, has had enough, and it's over. Rick Martel victorious, but it wasn't easy, was it? Well, I'll tell you, he's going to have tougher challenges here in the near future, that's for sure. And on April 8th, make it April 9th technically, He's going to be going up against the total package. Let's look. Wait a minute. Oh, he's not done yet. He's still not done. Fans, we want to ask you to stick around. We've got a very special video presentation to bring you, and then our main event will follow.
Whenever a family has a child with an illness, you never know where that journey is going to take you. And we always prayed for a miracle.
She was the flyer. She's the one that they would, get and throw into the air.
She was this cute, petite, tiny little girl with just a head full of long, blonde hair. She wasn't afraid of heights. In fact, she wasn't really afraid of anything.
I've got a story just like anyone else. A wise man said, this too shall pass. Oh yeah. High and come on, I'm gonna go all the way this time. Flying, never coming down. Gonna reach the stars. I'm going high.
We had noticed she had just gotten weak. I said, what's the matter with you? I said, you're a tumbler. You can tumble and do backflips, without knowing. And it progressed from that to she fainted a couple of times. And we thought it was, oh, she's got a virus or whatever. So I took her into the doctor the next day, and they immediately sent us to Texas Children's Hospital.
She was just, from the moment I met her, she was about 11 years old, she just had a sort of magical presence about her, and nothing would keep that girl down.
Victoria was diagnosed at the age of 11 and a half with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The cure rate for leukemia is the 80%. When Victoria was told that she had cancer, that's the only time we saw her cry. And Dr. Dreyer walked in and told her that 80%, 85% rate cure. So Victoria accepted that. She said she wasn't worried anymore.
In today's world, we cure, go away forever, about 80% of children. In 1965, we cured 5% of children. So the improvement is unbelievable. And Victoria actually had a particular subtype of ALL that the cure rate should have even been better than that.
Victoria's treatment was to take 2.5 years. And at the end of 2.5 years of chemo, Victoria was to be finished with her treatment.
So during that time, she had some good days, she had some bad days.
When she was sick, she still would put on her cheerleading suit and go do cheerleading. I have lots of pictures and important memories in my office, and one of the ones that I get to see every day is my beautiful picture of Victoria as an angel at our Camp Periwinkle. I'm the camp doctor. I've been the camp doctor for 20 plus years, and I took a little girl who was suffering from cystic fibrosis and cancer, and she was in Tori's cabin. But Victoria would come around, 11:30 in the morning, 12, get this little girl all ready for the day's activities for the afternoon. And she got this little girl ready to go to the dance. I will never forget that little girl at that dance. What a wonderful support Tori was, because without Tori, this little girl would never have had the camp experience that she did.
She feels great. How does my heart sound?
It's a little off. It kind of sounds like a bunny.
Oh.
I like bunnies.
Oh, you like bunnies?
I love them. Okay, you're good.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to hand this over to Dr. Frickback and see what she has to say.
Well, what's your name again?
My name is, Bunny McBunkbunk.
Well, Bunny McBunkbunk, today our breaking story is about a little dog named Arfie. Let's ask Arfie.
In 2005, Texas children held their first radiothon with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and that's where we met Doc.
We were doing a radiothon at a radio station in Houston, Texas, and she was the kind of kid that you could hear her coming long before she got to your soundproof studios. She was very full of energy. She was just 10 or 11 years old and was already considered a long-term survivor of leukemia.
You know, here she is, lying up in bed, tubes connected to her. She didn't go and cry about it or bemoan her situation. She was around to try to visit these other kids to make them feel better. And I think that's the legacy of her.
At the end of 2.5 years, when Victoria's treatment was over, they performed another spinal tap and a bone marrow test. The Dr. Dreyer called us. I remember it was a Thursday, and she said, "I cannot believe this, but Victoria has relapsed." Because of the seriousness of her relapse, they told Victoria that her next option was to receive a bone marrow transplant.
Our community really rallied behind our family and our church. You know, we even had signs, "Pray for Victoria." So it wasn't just our family, it affected everybody.
And she made it through, and 9 months later, she relapsed again.
Joellen called me and she had just the worst news ever, and that is that Victoria's cancer had returned.
So this was 3 times she was told that she had cancer. And so we began another journey to receive a second bone marrow transplant.
Victoria at that time decided she was going to fight and entered the hospital for what would turn out to be an extremely long stay, many, many, many months. And so as a result of this extended stay, I saw that there wasn't as much for her to do as you can stay placated with as a young person.
And he asked her at that time, he said, "Victoria, do you like to play video games?" She said, "I love to play video games."
So I put the word out to a website that I worked with called Sarcastic Gamer, and the online community responded in droves. What I expected to be a couple of games that might come from here and there instead turned out to be things coming from all over the world.
And we started receiving boxes of games.
We had games that came in from Asia and Europe, and
He was receiving games from all over Texas, all over the United States.
so much so that it became sort of overwhelming. Tori had to end up giving it away to other kids who were also stuck in the hospital.
She was the one to go around to be that extra person for all these other children.
It just doesn't seem right that a child should be sick. It's not right that a child stay in a hospital and that they're confined to the hospital and their 4 walls and they're not experiencing the other things that children are doing.
She couldn't be around other people that could have any infections. You know, when she was out, she had to wear her masks.
During this time, Victoria contracted a fungal infection, which is from a very low immune system, and she had little to no immune system left.
And I asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, "I'd really just like to get out of this hospital and go see Christmas lights. Christmas lights are something my family and I go see together all the time, and I can't even leave to go see Christmas lights."
We knew that during the final stages that we weren't going to have Victoria with us much longer.
We were only outside for about 10 minutes, but it was a very special 10 minutes. It wasn't a lot of talking. We just looked at lights. And after about 10 minutes, we rolled back upstairs to her room, and we had our picture made in front of a little Christmas tree. And I said goodbye. And that picture is one of my most prized possessions because it was taken just moments before I saw my friend for the last time. And Victoria passed away before I could get back to see her.
The miracle that we received was that we had her for the time that we had her.
I brought her picture, and I just put that on the table. And I said, you know, this is what we look at every day during this radiothon, during this campaign.
Victoria passed away on January 21st, 2008, after a 4-year battle with leukemia, failed bone marrow transplants, and fungal infections.
It was as a result of Tori's death, sitting at her funeral, that I made up my mind that I needed to be doing this, not just a couple days a year with a radiothon, that I needed to be doing this with my life.
Doc wanted to do something special for Victoria, in memory of Victoria. And he came up with a fundraiser called Extra Life. And this fundraiser would be for the gaming community.
It just occurred to me that gamers should be able to do the things they love to help sick and injured kids as well. And so Extra Life was born. 1,200 gamers showed up on October 15th in 2008.
With this year's Extra Life Gaming Marathon, we're helping save kids' lives. You don't even have to be a crime-fighting superhero.
Each and every year afterwards, it continued to grow. Gamers responded by being able to game for their local hospitals. The next year, 4,500 gamers showed up, raised almost $500,000. The year after that, it was 15,000 gamers raising $1 million, and the next year, 17,000 gamers raising $2.1 million. Video games are like the #1 form of entertainment on planet Earth, have been now for quite a while.
Anyone could be involved in Extra Life.
Gamers aren't that pale kid in mom and dad's basement. They're mom and dads, they're aunts and uncles.
A young child to an older adult to a grandparent.
You can take all that fun of playing games for 24 hours and reach out to your friends and bring them to your environment.
Or if you want to play a board game, a card game.
The funds that Extra Lifers raise can go to a variety of purposes in the local area at the local hospital.
So maybe your extra $20 or your extra $50 goes to curing 87% of children with leukemia.
They might buy an isolette for a baby that is born the size of a cell phone and has to fight for its life.
I can guarantee you that money goes directly back to these children to keep this from happening again to someone else's child.
Getting involved with Extra Life is really simple. You just have to go to the website at extra-life.org, put in a few details in there, join a team if you'd like to, or create one. After that, it's as simple as fundraising with your friends and family. Let them know why you are doing this. They should know that the money you raise is going to stay local in your community.
We never will truly lose Victoria because she will live for all of us through this.
It started with a little girl in Orange, Texas.
And I think that's all we have to say for today.
All we have to say today, so
we'll see
See
you
you
tomorrow
later
at
on
news at
whatever time it is.
at Victoria's house. Bye.
All right, we are back, fans, and what a powerful message there for everything that has to do with the Extra Life organization. And again, it'll be April 9th, early in the morning, 1 a.m. starting time, 8 hours straight, as we, with you together, will change the outcome for a lot of these kids who are dealing with some incredibly difficult situations in their lives. But there is a company out there, there is an organization, a group of people that are stepping in and helping out not only the kids, but their families as well. And here at the Nation Network, we are completely behind them and supporting them. All right, at this time, fans, we take a look at the Destroyers in the ring. It is indeed a tough thing, but the Children's Miracle Network hospitals do a fantastic job all year long, and a lot of these kids end up having the opportunity to live very normal lives because of the treatment that they receive. And we'll get to meet some of those kids during the live stream. Many of them have a happy ending to their stories. All right, here they come, the Rock and Roll Express, trying to get back onto their winning ways. They've been back and forth. They've had some great moments here since coming back from injury back in late October, early November at the hands of the Midnight Express. For a short time had the NWA Tag Team titles, but they couldn't maintain that title run very long. The Midnight Express once again back in control of the titles. We do know that the titles will be on the line on April 9th as part of Clash of the Champions. We do not know yet who the challengers are going to be.
Well, I mean, right now, either of these teams getting a win is going to definitely help their argument and make a case for them that they should be that team.
Ricky Morton now, nice go behind, working the arm on the Destroyer. And he turns it loose just like that. Let's see what happens here. Locks up again, going to work on the arm, Russian leg sweep, and Ricky Morton taking him down. Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes, and now let's see, Ricky Morton walks in, and a big boot by the Destroyer, but retaliating is what Ricky Morton is doing right now.
Oh, I'll tell you, the opportunity was there. Destroyer should have left and got out of the ring while he had a moment to breathe, but he didn't take advantage of that moment, and now look at what's happening.
Morton going up, flying head scissor, takes him down. Morton goes for the boot, Destroyer catches it, and now Ricky Morton spun around, and now he's into the turnbuckle and into the wrong corner.
Oh, but he turns right out of it and doesn't waste any time. Hammering away now on the Destroyer.
Destroyer number 2 in the ring right now. Into the corner he goes, and Morton again follows him in. Down across the leg, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. They are looking desperately to get back in control of their own fate.
Went for the swing and nobody was there. Now look at this. The Destroyer with an opportunity on a moment and down across the knee with a devastating backbreaker. And Ricky Morton suddenly not in control so much.
Quick tag is made, and now Destroyer number 1 in the ring, and Ricky Morton is lying prone.
Well, both of these teams have been around the block a number of times. They've been up against some of the greatest names in the business. Destroyers have not had the level of success that the Rock and Roll Express have had over the years, but on a night like tonight, that could all change in a heartbeat.
Well, indeed it could. Ricky Morton now on the receiving end of a lot of punishment at the hands of Destroyer number 1. As he goes to work now on the leg of Ricky Morton, probably a smart move right there because Ricky Morton relying a lot on his flying ability. He likes to get up in the air. Now the Irish whip sends him into the turnbuckle. Morton again going for that back elbow, and again he misses.
Oh, he caught him that time though.
Drops him face down into the ring. Now the Destroyers are being double teamed here as they go into the corner. Not where you want to be.
Oh, he turns out of it just in the nick of time. And now Destroyer number 1 sending Morton into the corner. We'll see if he can have some luck here, but no, doesn't happen.
Ricky Morton now takes the other Destroyer down.
Coast to coast now by Ricky Morton, and he's not wasting time.
Again into the corner, and now tag is made. Here comes Robert Gibson. This could be it.
Double drop kick, and he nails him with it.
And it's over just like that. The Rock and Roll Express victorious. Well, we see one destroyer crawling around on the floor. That double drop kick executed perfectly. Robert Gibson gets to come in and take the highlight of the night. Here are your winners, the Rock and Roll Express. Fans, we want to thank you for joining us here on the Nation Network. We look forward to seeing you again in the near future. Don't forget, April 9th, 1 a.m., we'll begin the live stream. And part of that 8-hour coverage here on the Nation Network will be the Clash of the Champions. Don't miss it. We'll see you soon. Good night, everyone.